Hi everybody, just give me a couple seconds to, there we go. Awesome. Sometimes it just takes a couple minutes to, or a couple moments more to get my little picture-in-picture there set up. But that way all y'all can see me. You can see my cat's tail. He always comes and sits over here whenever I'm starting. So that's obnoxious. I'll use his tail to art with, and draw with it, and dip it in paint. What do you think, Peanut Butter? Do you want to be part of the art making process? I could do it. Your tail's kind of made for it. Well, hi there. Welcome to Inky Inspiration. My name is Jeremy. Why don't we get started? I hope y'all's Friday is going well. Woo. End of the week. What are you doing, cat? My cat's sitting right here in front of me. One of my cats. And I guess there's another cat outside, and he's very interested in it. There's this one like a black cat that comes and stalks around our neighborhood. So maybe that's what he sees out there. Rival cat. There he goes. I'm gonna grab my eraser here. Oh no! Why did I put it behind my computer? And since it's all rubbery, it keeps bouncing away. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. Pieces are coming off my eraser. Maybe it's getting a little too old. I don't know why I decided to put on the kinks today, but if I get annoyed by them, I'll just turn them off. Sometimes they seem a little whiny. Excuse me. Some of that water went down the wrong pipe. So I had this idea that I'm trying to draw today. See if I can actually get it to come out the way I envision it in my head. But yeah, you know what? If I'm going to be talking, I'm going to put on different music. There. That's better. Alright, yeah, so I had this idea. It's kind of a combination of a whole bunch of different things. But basically what I want to draw today is a jellyfish. But I want the body of the jellyfish to be like a lantern. And then on top of the jellyfish, I want to put like a city. Maybe with steps leading down so the people who live in the city can come down and make sure the lantern stays lit. Well, I'm feeling pretty confident. We'll see if it turns out how I imagine it, but I think I'm just gonna put like a little tea candle. I mean, right now I'm just doing like a really a rough sketch before I go in with my pens and I do all the inks on it. How is y'all's day going? Anything interesting happening this Friday? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any big plans for the weekends? Tomorrow we're having my son's 6th birthday party, so when I'm not doing my stream, I'm going to be doing that. I'm getting ready for that. Making the cake today. I'm going to be blowing up balloons, constructing goodie bags for the kids that come. The city is going to be here. I know that I want to put a church on here. I think I made this section here too wide. Although you're probably not going to be able to see it too well anyway. Let's see if I'm making this. Let's have 6 sides. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess the 6 sides there I need to make another post over here to make sure that it has all its 6 corners. Now it's a little bit better. Not a whole bunch, but it's a good shape. Alright, I'm not going to draw in my whole city up here, but I am going to draw one building that I know that I want to have. Oh, made that part a little bit too tall up there. See, my idea is that the people who live on this lantern jellyfish, they have to keep the light lit. Or at least they think they have to keep the light lit. That way, the fish will continue to move around, and they will continue to exist, be able to exist on top of it. They worry that if the light goes out, that they will all die. So of course a religion has started based on keeping. So there has to be a church. For everybody to go and worship the giant lantern jellyfish that they live on. Also, I feel like I want to put a house that's like dangling off the side, that's just like supported by struts. Where do they get the stuff to make their houses? I don't know. Maybe it was just already there. Maybe the village was already here. And the people just landed on it or something. I'm going to make this look like it's cobbled together, just hanging off the edge there. I'll put more detail on it when I do the pens, go in with the ink. Let's see, I think, yeah, what if these people came in a rocket ship and it was running out of fuel or something and they couldn't find a planet, so they had to land here, and they built a village around their ship. That would be pretty interesting. I'd read that story. But let's see, they're like their ship is, they've been here for so long that they've kind of lost all their technology, and they're back in the like the medieval era. I want to make it really crowded. There's not a lot of space left because they've been living here so long. These thatch roof cottages. Let's keep drawing more houses. We'll put them all crowded together. If you don't know what to draw, just keep adding more detail. That's kind of how I do my art. I guess my idea is if I put in enough details, or if I just fill up the space so much, then people won't realize that I don't actually know how to draw that well. Like right now, these houses don't look very good. If I just keep adding more and more, then it won't matter if they look good. Also, part of the reason why they don't look very good right now is because I'm just doing it really rough and quick with pencil. Let's make a rounded one, like a rounded kind of hut. Put some tents, maybe some tents around the church. Oh, you know what? The church is probably gonna need like a little fence around it. You know, it's hollowed ground. Can't have just anybody coming into the church. They've got important jobs to do. They've got to make sure that the light stays lit. don't know why I've been so interested in drawing tents and stuff recently. Maybe I need to go hiking or go camping or something. So this is like I want it to be like a tent town, like a shanty town over here, off in this corner. I wonder how much story I convey just with just this drawing. Like how much information can you get from it? We do like a path. You know what? They need a way to get from the church to the lamp, right? What if we had like what are you doing? You're blocking my light, sir. Cat? Hey, bud. Alright, as long as you're not stepping on my computer or on my drawing, we're good. So those are going to be kind of like the steps leading down. And that way the acolytes of the church can go down to refill the candle. And I'll probably put more detail on those too. How did they attach these steps to the glass? I don't know. They did somehow, though. Ooh. Man, I got so many other things I need to do today. It's hard for me to focus on doing this. Get out of there. I'm trying to drink my water. You have water of your own, I know. Cut it out, you. You have your own water downstairs, mister. I just refilled it today. This morning. Let's put some house. We got to put some houses behind the rocket ship too to show that it's become all full up. This whole area. If I put some tents over here. 2. Cat. Gosh. Alright, bud, you're out of here. Come here. You apologize to everybody. Say sorry. Meow, meow, meow. Sorry about that. Alright, now I gotta fix. You messed up my camera. Okay, that's a little bit better. Hey Zephyr, nice for you to join. How is your Friday going? Just in time for cute cat face. Yeah. Well, he just knocked over my. He was sitting up here and he was doing fine, but then he knocked over all my camera and everything, my microphone. So he went out. It's going okay? Well, that's good. Oh, I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. I've got my son's birthday party is tomorrow, so I'm finding it hard to focus on drawing because I know that I need to be, doing stuff to get ready for that. Let's see, I've done my sketching already, so now I can take a break and chill here. Oh, well, I'm always happy to have you. You're welcome to come and chill for as long as you want. I mean, you'll probably want to find something to do when I'm done streaming, but if you want to stay just staring at the empty screen, that's fine too. Alright, so for those of you who are just joining, what I'm drawing today is it started out not as complicated as this, but I kept making up more story to go with it. So the idea is that there's this giant jellyfish. Its top half is a lantern. And its bottom half is like regular jellyfish. And I guess I haven't drawn that part in yet. And it's like floating along through space. And at one point in time, there was a crew on a rocket ship. But they weren't able to find their planet, and they're running out of fuel, so they landed on top of this lantern jellyfish on their spaceship, which is right here. And they started making a society, a little community here. And eventually, they lived here so long that they forgot all about what the rocket ship is and what it's for and why they're there. And they've just been trying to survive here. They've kind of regressed back to the Middle Ages. It's all the like little thatch roof cottages and like little tents and stuff. And then there's the church over here, and the church has decided that if the candle doesn't stay lit inside of the lantern jellyfish, then they will all die. So they kind of rule the town, this church, and they have, as you can see, like they have a little staircase so their acolytes or whatever can go down and relight the candle or keep it refreshed when they need to. Really, I just wanted to draw a jellyfish, but it just sort of turned into this. Let's see. Oh wow, that's some manga realm. Well, I got the idea originally from the book series Discworld. I don't know if you've ever read it or heard of it. But in Discworld, the whole world is, well, it's disc. It's all flat, and the disc is on the back of 4 elephants, and the elephants are riding on the back of a giant turtle, and the turtle is flying through space. So this is kind of similar to that. Ooh. I'm a little bit hungry. You want to read Sailor Moon? I have not read very much anime or manga. Yeah, go get something to eat if you're hungry. It'd be kind of silly to just sit and starve. I'll be here. I'm just working on the tentacles now. I want them to kind of stream this way to make it look like to give a sense of movement. I don't know what kind of tentacle this is, but it looks kind of like seaweed. Mm. And just like the city, I'm going to do the same kind of same tactic down here with the tentacles. If I just keep adding more and more, it will look better and better. We'll see if I can get it to look like how I want it to. The more tentacles I add, I think the better it will be. Let's see. Well, since I need to do all that other stuff today, though, I'm going to try to put a time limit today on today's stream. But I want Joe to be able to join us. Right now, one of our other viewers, excuse me, one of our other viewers, Joe, is getting ready for his, what's it called? He's having an art show. So, that's what he's doing right now. He's getting that stuff all figured out. Man, I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. He said he might be able to join later on once he gets finished getting everything all set up for his exhibit. And good for him. It's pretty exciting. I'm gonna grab a little bit more trail mix real quick. Mm. 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 I thought about maybe looking up some pictures of jellyfish to make sure that I'm making these tentacles look somewhat realistic, but I decided since it's my picture, I'm just gonna draw what I feel like. I guess it's gonna have like a big tube running in it. So there's that. Not sure what it's for. Maybe it's like its digestive tract or something. I do not know for sure though. Maybe it's just like a tube to pull, if it catches some food, pull it up into its mouth. Ooh, should I give it a beak? No. I mean, I know that jellyfish don't have beaks. That's squids. But, like I said, it's my picture. But no, I don't think I'm going to. I think this tubey thing will be good enough. What I really want to do is go take a nap. I don't know why. You know, I've been going to bed at good time, getting rest and stuff, but I still feel exhausted every morning when I wake up. It's like I feel like I'm in like a teenager again. And that feeling like when you wake up and you just can't fully wake up. Well, it's looking nice and weird. Love it. I'm not sure what these little dealies are, but hey, your internet's being weird. Sorry about that. This sketch is looking good though. Thank you. So what did you end up getting to eat? Let's see, you having seasoned hummus on toast with walnuts and some greens on top and a cup of pomegranates. I eat a lot in a day though. I love food so much. Oh. So do I. Food is great. One of the great things to enjoy in life is all the different kinds of foods that exist. It's so weird when you think about it. Yesterday I was talking to my kids about, I was explaining all the different ways that I seasoned what I made for dinner, and sometimes it's just weird to think that like in order to make our food taste good, we put like ground up bits of leaves and stuff on them. There's like certain leaves that taste great. Like somebody was walking along one day and saw some bay leaves and thought, what happens if I put these bay leaves on my food? What if I just put these leaves on my food and then I'll make everything taste better? And they did, and it was great. I'm glad they did that. But who's the first person who did that? Who tried it? Let's see. Oh, you said you always think that too? Yeah, it's weird. How many of those curious people got poisoned as well? Probably a lot of them. Or like chicken eggs. I think about that a lot. When I'm cooking sometimes, I think like, who was the first person to like see a bird lay an egg and was like, I'm going to put that in my mouth. I'm gonna eat that. And who thought of tea? Oh, I think I remember this one. It was somebody who was just like, they were drinking hot water by a tree, and like the leaves fell into the water, and he realized that they soaked in and made it taste different, and that was like the beginning of tea. Maybe. Or I could just be making that up, or half remembering it or something. You read that story on Tumblr? I want to say that I heard it in, I don't know, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, maybe? I know at one point in that book, Arthur Dent asked the ship computer to make him a cup of tea, and the computer does not understand why anybody would want leaves soaking in hot water. And I want to say that the computer looks up like all the information about tea that it can, like reads the history of tea and maybe mentions that as how it was made. I think during that point in the book, they're also being attacked by missiles, and the computer can't, like, the ship can't react to the missiles because it's too busy thinking about why anybody would want to drink tea. If it's true, then it's an accidental discovery. Well, aren't accidental discoveries sometimes one of the best ones? Like penicillin. Actually, that's the only one I can think of. It's always like the go-to, like, oh, your accidents might turn out to be great accomplishments, just like penicillin. And that's all I ever can say. What was the name of the book? The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's actually the first book in a series of, I want to say, 5 books. It was written in England a long time ago, and it's like a science fiction book, but it's very, very funny. It's very sardonic. It gets really depressing at the end of the last book, but it's actually kind of a little bit depressing through the whole thing, because the whole thing is kind of a commentary on how the world itself works, but through a different lens through outer space. Anyway, I definitely suggest reading at least the first one, if not all of them. You can usually find them in used bookstores. You can find like the small copies, the paperback ones, but I know that when I read them, I checked it out of the library, and it was like a huge, thick, hardbound book that had all 5 of them, all of them collected all together. It was weird, but it was definitely worth the read. There are some things that I didn't quite understand because it was referencing like British ways of life, and I'm not super familiar with England or with Great Britain. But it was, yeah, I think it was definitely worth a read. But if you don't want to read it, there was a TV show, there was a radio play, there was a movie not too long ago. I want to say like maybe 6-7 years ago they made a movie, which was pretty good. Yeah, I definitely recommend reading it though. If you like science fiction, if you like kind of dry humor, that's a good one. You can't. The author's name is Douglas Adams. Yes, it's very good stuff. I know the TV show, but I love reading the books first. Yeah, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy TV show, I think they made it in the 70s, I want to say. And it's weird. It kind of jumps around the books. I mean, it condenses them and it kind of moves around them, not quite the same way as they were written. It's still super funny though, and it's a nice little watch. Yeah. The movie was good too, although it adds some things and takes things out. Douglas Adams, he also wrote another book series, which I actually think I prefer. over Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's called Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, and it's about a detective who, like, instead of using, like, regular detective skills and stuff, he does everything holistically. He an example is that when he's trying to get somewhere, instead of pulling up a map and, like, figuring out which way to go, he just follows the car that's in front of him and just trusts that the world will bring him to where he needs to be. It's really weird. I love it. The second book, The Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul, even has Thor, like thunder and lightning, everything like Thor, in it as one of the one of the central characters. Let's see. In that book, he gets one of my favorite parts is that he buys. It sounds really. Let's see. What do you say? That sounds really interesting and like something I would love to read. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're not. It's not as popular as Hitchhiker's Guide, but actually, on BBC they have two different Dirk Gently TV shows. One that came out in, I want to say, the early 2000s, and one that they're doing their second season right now. And they're crazy. They're not based off the books. They're just similar characters. Elijah Wood is in the new one. He plays kind of like the role of like the Watson, the straight man, and it's definitely worth watching that too. And you don't have to read the books to follow along because it's not really based off the books. It's just based off the characters. I haven't actually watched the second season of that show yet. I did watch the first one, and I was very impressed. I really liked it. I'll check that one out too. I usually love BBC shows. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's definitely one of the weirder TV shows that I've seen recently. Oh, I finally shaved today. It feels good. And I also waxed my mustache up too, so it's like pointy and trimmed. I need to move this just a little bit so I can keep my where I'm drawing in screen. I'm really craving like a chili dog. I don't know why. That probably sounds super disgusting to you, seeing as you're vegan, but that's what I really want right now. Maybe I have to go out later to collect a couple more things for the birthday party. Maybe I'll get myself something when I'm out and about. Oh, you know what? I would think I want this one to go over this part of the tentacle. Yeah. Layering can be difficult sometimes. Sometimes I kind of lose track of what I'm doing. You have to reset your connection. It keeps buffering. Oh, okay. Yeah, give me a holler when you get back on. I can explain to you what a chili dog is. I think that's good for right now, as far as tentacles go. I'm almost nervous to start inking. I'm worried if it's my connection. I'm worried if my stream isn't looking very good, and that's why Zephyr's having problems. If anybody else who's watching is having issues, let me know. Maybe I can change something to make it stream better. I want y'all to be able to see. Otherwise, what's the point? Oh, hello. When you say I am, does that mean that you are having problems as well? Okay, so if you're having issues as well, that makes me think that there's something wrong on my end. Y'all give me just 1 minute. I'm going to go check something real quick. Let me just make sure that my phone is not pulling too much from the Wi-Fi. I went downstairs and I turned off absolutely everything that could, or absolutely anything that could be messing with my connection. You just make sure I have everything off of my phone here too. Alright, I turned my phone off of the Wi-Fi, and I'm just playing music that's already downloaded from it. Everything that could be using the internet downstairs is turned off. So hopefully y'all's connection might improve. One would hope. But anyway, if it was my fault, then I'm sorry about that. Welcome back, Evening Zephyr. Hopefully we got everything worked out so this won't be interrupted anymore. So, Evening Zephyr, you don't know what a chili dog is? Okay. Well, I could explain it to you if you'd like to know. Although it's not important information. It's nothing that would ever, like, come up on a test, I don't think. Let's see. You're editing photos, but you're still there listening. Okay. Well, cool. Good luck with editing your photos. I hope they turn out nicely. Dear. Man, before Christmas break, I was doing great. I was going to bed on time, waking up early, feeling fine. But man, ever since Christmas break put my schedule out of whack, I have a hard time waking up in the morning. I still feel like I'm not awake all the way. And draw this little rope. Imagine that this is the rope that they have to climb down. My connection is extremely laggy. I'm sorry if I'm missing things. That's okay. I can't figure out if it's something on my end or not, but I've done, I think, everything I can to fix it if it is a problem over here. It's probably because of the construction going on near you. That could be have something to do with it. That's possible. I'm using my little tiny pen here. Yes, by the way, explain chili dog and how is it different than a hot dog? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so like your regular hot dog, it's just like a sausage on a bun. Maybe you'll put ketchup or mustard on it, or a relish. Or maybe you'll put onions on it or something like that. And depending on where you go, different places in the United States will do their hot dogs up differently with different toppings. Like some will put sauerkraut on it. Some will put like whole pickle slices and wedges of tomato on them, and it's all good, just different ways. But a chili dog, I feel like that it's like kind of a quintessential American thing. So, do you know what chili is? Probably not. Otherwise, this would already make sense. Basically, you get like a slow cooker, and you put ground beef and usually different kinds of beans. I like to put all different kinds of beans into mine. Some people don't like beans in their chili. They don't put any beans in there. Usually, I put some onion in it to slow cook in there with it, get those flavors in. I usually put lots of different spices in it to make it taste good. Some people like to make their chili really, really spicy, so it's like really hot. But anyway, it's just kind of like a, jeez, how would you explain it? Like a slurry, I guess. It's like a really chunky soup, like a meat stew. Although you don't always have to put meat in it. You can just leave it as beans and vegetables and stuff. When I cook it at home, I usually just make it vegetarian. Yeah, so you have this kind of like a thick meat stew, and you just put it on top of your hot dog. You just pile it all on. Usually the kind that you like, if you were like buying a chili dog from a restaurant, it won't be as liquidy a chili as like a homemade one might be. But more just like chunky. And you put it on top of your hot dog and you eat it. Usually with cheese, sometimes with mustard on it. Yeah, and it's good. I like it. I usually like the chili that I make at home better than anything you can get like out of a can or from a restaurant, but sometimes you just get a craving for like the kind of crappy food that can only come from like a fast food restaurant or something. I don't know why that is. I don't particularly like, some of the food you can get from fast food restaurants, but sometimes you just get like a craving. You like need it. You want it. Even though it's terrible. And put the steps on the other side of the glass too, leading down. Put a little doorway on the other side of the glass there. Since you're vegan, that probably all sounds disgusting to you. And I don't blame you. Like when you trying to think of ways to describe it, it sounds pretty gross to me as well. Let's see. I caught like 1/4 of the explanation, but thank you for explaining. Gee, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that connection's so rough today. Wish there was something I could do to make it better. Put some candle wax melting down there by the side of the candle. Man, with the connection's so bad, I feel like maybe I should just stop streaming for today. But let's see. Oh no, that's okay really. I'm just sorry I can't really keep up with what you're saying because my Wi-Fi is messing up. Angry Dad says it has improved for me. Okay, so your connection is improved. That's good. And Evening Zephyr, I'm sorry that your Wi-Fi is messing up. Hopefully it'll fix itself a little bit. Who knows? The internet, how does it work, right? It's confusing and stuff. Alright, let's get down to doing these tentacles. You were also talking about having hummus earlier. Now I really want some hummus. I love hummus. That's one of those things that I have a hard time making, though. I'd love to be able to make my own, and I have a couple times, but it's just, it's difficult, and I think it's because my blender is not super great. So like I don't have a food processor or anything. So like I need, if I had a nicer one, I think I'd be able to make more of it. Angry Dad says his connection is improved except for that crunching sound I hear from time to time. Oh, well. Trail mix is a healthy snack. I guess I could switch over and start eating raw cookie dough. That'd be pretty quiet. Might look a little goofy on the video though. Whew. Really focusing on making these lines well. I don't know what these little bits are here. They still kind of like seaweed to me, or maybe like dangly egg pods. Not sure. Okay. It's starting to turn out. It's starting to look okay. And just keep adding stuff and it'll just keep looking better. Maybe next week I'll come back with the pencils and finish it up. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to do the inks and the colors today. But I feel like I do want to put some color on this, like some nice like purples and blues for the jellyfish body. Maybe some nice gold for the lamp itself. Maybe I'll go back through and add some details onto the frame. But yeah, I do want to do some colors at least. I'll add all these tentacles, and then after that, I might look and I might add some more. I might feel like it needs a little bit more Hawaiians on here to make it look cool. Oh, I'm running out of steam. I'm running out of drawing steam. I'm trying to drink more water recently. Trying to pay attention to keep myself hydrated and stuff. So I have this giant metal tin cup full of water. Let's see. It says Wild Bill's 2014 Old Fashioned Soda Pop Company. But I didn't actually get it from them. I actually got that cup when my wife and I, before we were married, when we were still dating, we went to an Oktoberfest in a town nearby our town when we lived in Denton. And Wild Bill's Old Fashioned Soda Pop Company, whatever it's called, was there. But it was very expensive. You had to pay like a lot of money to get that particular cup. But we found one that somebody just left, and we just took it. We didn't actually use it for soda, but I had to keep it. It's a cute little souvenir, I guess. What happens if the fire goes out? Ooh. Well, my original thought was that actually that nothing happens. The church just has built up this idea that if it does go out, something bad will happen. But I'd like to think that nothing actually would happen at all. There's actually, in one of the books that I recently read from Terry Pratchett's Discworld, what was it called? Unseen Academics or something like that. But a lot of it takes place inside like the Wizard University of Discworld, the Unseen Academy, and the two of the main characters work at the Wizard University as like candle people. Their jobs are to make sure like the candles are all lit around the whole university, and there is a giant candle that is in the main hall that has never gone out. At least that's what they say. They say that it has never gone out. But while the main character is helping them, like the master of the candles, he notes that the main candle has indeed gone out this time, and the master of candles says it hasn't. That you just need to get your eyes fixed. That it definitely has not gone out. And then the master of candles goes up there and relights it. And the main character asks, how many times has the candle not gone out? And the master of candles says like 4 or something. But it's kind of like that. Like nothing will actually happen if the candle goes out. It's just been built up as this big deal, this world-shattering event, when in fact nothing happens at all. At least that was what I was thinking while I was working on this. But maybe something does happen. Maybe the jellyfish dies. Maybe it's like its brain. Well, I mean, maybe not its brain, but maybe whatever controls its motor functions. Maybe it's the jellyfish's soul. And if the candle goes out, his soul dissipates. And his body just becomes a lifeless husk. Maybe if the candle goes out, the city will become too cold to live in. You know, it's underneath. Maybe it's heating the city from below. And the vast emptiness of space gets pretty chilly out there. So maybe that's what the candle's for. Or maybe... oh, it got serious. Or maybe the jellyfish hates the candle, and it's just waiting for them to put it out, and then it will take them like back to their home. But they don't even realize that. I think there was a Doctor Who episode that something like that happened. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think will happen, Zephyr, if the candle goes out? What's your guess? Mm. Oh. Snap. Cracked my neck there. Mm. I've been reading this book recently. It is it's one of George R. Martin's books that isn't Game of Thrones. It's about a steamboat captain back just before the Civil War, with his steamboat company taking freight down the Mississippi River. Abner Marsh, the steamboat captain. And in this book, he gets a new partner who helps pay for, or who pays for and helps control this giant steamboat, the boat of Abner Marsh's dreams. Beautiful and huge, and the fastest boat on the Mississippi. But it turns out the person who's helping him finance everything turns out to be a vampire. Oh, Evening Zephyr says, I don't know why I ask questions when I can only hear bits of the answer. That is disappointing. Anyway, it's a really good book. I'm really enjoying it, but it's kind of a hard read. I wasn't expecting it. I knew that I knew from Game of Thrones, like, how people talk about, like, oh, my favorite character died. The characters I like got killed off in a terrible way and stuff, and I figured that was just something from the Game of Thrones book, and that his other books wouldn't be, I guess, like that. But about 3/4 of the way through this book, and lo and behold, two of the best side characters die, and one of the main characters gets taken under the evil vampire's control, and Abner Marsh loses his steamboat, and the bad vampire takes the steamboat and takes it up and down the Mississippi as like a traveling steamboat of death. And it got like super serious really fast. Like before that, the biggest problem was that Abner Marsh wanted to run his steamboat faster than another steamboat. That was the biggest issue the book had come to, and then suddenly everybody's dying and everything just goes to crap. And it was really difficult to pick it back up after that. But I have, and I'm still enjoying it. It just took some effort to keep reading. How are your photo edits going, Zephyr? I hope they're turning out well. Maybe it would be better if I typed to you. if you can't hear me, you might be able to at least still be able to read. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what these little spade parts of the tentacle are for. Maybe they hold like a... Maybe they hold a... I don't know, electrical charge or something. Let's see. You were talking about the reading list earlier. What books are you reading now? I knew this was going to be a big long drawing when I started. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get this finished today. Unfortunately, dad duty is calling. And soon I'm going to need to go and start working on things like that cake. He said he wants a vanilla cake for his birthday. So that's what I'm going to make, but I'm going to we're doing like a Lego Ninja birthday, so the cake's going to be, I'm making it round, and then I'm going to put frosting on it to look like a mask with just the eyes showing. Should be hopefully if I can make it look nice, it'll be pretty cool. And then I'm figuring for activity, I'm going to teach like a ninja class or something. I'll be like the sensei and teach the kids how to be ninjas. We were going to go to a park and do it, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we're just doing it in my house, which I'm a little nervous about. So I got to do a lot of cleaning up too to make the house look good. Let's see, I think after I finish these tentacles, I'm going to call it a day. Evening Zephyr says, I have a bad habit of buying new books and then rereading the old ones. I guess I can understand that. So what are you rereading? I'm going to try and track how many books I read this year. I don't know. Hopefully to make myself feel good. But I guess I could be setting myself up to feel bad if I don't read enough. I guess we'll find out. I'm reading Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen and an Edgar Carrot book, but I don't know the name in English. Well, the bus driver, the name is The Bus Driver Who Wanted to Be God. I've never heard of that one. Sounds really interesting though. I tried to read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen and I got really bored and I gave up. Kind of feel bad about it, but I think it's okay that it just wasn't my kind of book. Well, anyway, let's see. I finished those tentacles. It's not looking too bad. I think the whole thing's looking okay so far. Next week, I guess I'll finish up the little village on top, and then I will go out and do the I'll do the colors. All right, yeah, got things I need to do, stuff I need to get ready for. Well, I appreciate y'all joining me. I'll be here again on Monday at 9 o'clock, like always. Hopefully I'll finish this, and I will finish, or I don't know what else I'll do, but I'll do something cool. But anyway, thank y'all very much for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for drawing with me. Bye-bye. Once again, I hit the wrong button to turn it off. Alright. Goodbye for real this time.